Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Wichita Northwest High School. It's playoff time. Here at Northwest, the Grizzlies will entertain the Blue Aces from East High in the first round of the 6A state playoffs. My name's Kevin Arkin. We have an all-star crew. We'll introduce them here shortly. We're going to have a great evening of basketball for you. We've got an outstanding pregame show. We have interviews with both head coach Andy Hill and activities director Lance Deckinger on tap for you during pregame. So sit back, grab yourself something cold to drink, and enjoy basketball on a Tuesday night playoff style. You're listening and watching NWHSGrizz.com, and this is Grizzly Basketball.
This may sound like a typical high school basketball game being played on a Friday night in Kansas. In fact, it's a crash course in cooperation and teamwork. It's a test of dedication, determination, and drive. It's character development in action. If you think high school sports are only about competition, think about this. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, studies show that students who participate in school sports are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in their academic lives. At the same time, playing sports helps teach lessons not covered in the classroom. Lessons like tolerance, respect for the rules, and the importance of supporting your community. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Kansas State High School Activities Association and the Kansas Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Our pregame activities continue with our pregame interview with head coach Andy Hill. And Coach, first of all, it's great to be here. It's great to be sitting here with you because that means we play a home game tonight.
Yeah, it's exciting. It's a position, that Northwest basketball hasn't been in for a while now, to be able to host the playoff game, and we're excited for the opportunity.
Congratulations to you and to the team on a 13-7 regular season, an outstanding effort against a very difficult schedule in the City League, and I know you're really proud of that team.
Extremely proud. Yeah, those guys, they've worked and worked to put themselves in this position. We've been through, in the last 3 years, kind of been through the battles and the wars together and taken our lumps, and it's been fun for me to be able to watch those guys experience some success this year.
We haven't talked in 5 games. Last time we talked was senior night at home, and that was 5 games ago. You've played games at East, at South, at Capon, and at West since. Take us through some of those games and some of the trends that those games led for you guys.
Quite a run on the road to finish out the year. We went 3-1 in those 4 road games. The game at East, I thought we played really well for most of that game. We went on a nice run in the third quarter, I believe, to stretch that lead, and ended up closing out and winning by 8 on the road at East. South was one where we really had to battle. We didn't play very well for a good part of that game. I think we trailed in the third quarter by as many as 8, maybe even 10, and kind of had to battle and scratch back, and then we ended up outscoring them 20-4 in the fourth quarter. So the guys closed that one really well and showed a lot of toughness there. Capon, their size presents some issues for us. We jumped out to a 10-point lead in the second quarter. They kind of controlled things from there for a while. We trailed in the fourth by 16 early, and we were able to cut that down to 4 with about 2.5 minutes left, and just couldn't get over that hump, and ended up losing by 10 to a really good team. And then West's game was kind of similar to South in that we didn't play all that well and trailed by 5 going into the fourth, and then we end up outscoring them, I believe it was 17-4 in the fourth quarter. So again, the guys showed a lot of toughness to close out with that one. So going 3-1 on the road to finish the year, I'm never going to complain about that. The guys, I think we're playing pretty good basketball and hopefully peaking at the right time.
And I guess if you want to look at a silver lining, first of all, Capon is a great team, as you mentioned, and you always learn when you play against good quality opponents. But the good news is in the playoffs that Capon is 5A and you're 6A, so there's no chance we're going to see either Capon or Carroll in the playoffs.
Yeah, that's true. That's definitely true. And I was looking at our schedule, and of our 7 losses, every single one of them has been to a ranked team. Heights is ranked in 6A, and then twice to Carroll, who's a top 4 or 5 team in 5A, with twice to Capon, who's also right up there, and then a loss to Mays, who's I think first or second in 5A at this time. So, you definitely want to be in a position to beat those teams, and we don't like moral victories, but we can't look at a loss and say, well, that was a bad loss that we have on our schedule. So we got to hopefully be ready for a run here.
And we want to wish all of those 5A teams well, and as they go through their own playoff scenarios. And we have our own work to cut out for us, as the brackets this year are kind of COVID different, if you will. They localized the Substate bracket again, and basically what we have, Coach, is a mini City League tournament here for Substate.
Yeah, we do. I kind of hate to see the way we've done it, because I hate the fact that there's 5 of us and only one of us has a chance to make it out and go to state from that group in our league. It is what it is, and I understand why they made that decision. I wish that we had stayed with the way we were doing things, but that's out of our control, and we've got the bracket how it is. So let's go. We're excited.
Heights, the number 1 seed, same record as us. I assume they're the number 1 seed because we lost to them twice during the regular year. And they are taking on West, as we are taking on East, who we beat twice during the regular year. So both Heights and us have the same question to ask. How do you beat a team 3 times in 1 year?
I think when you get to this point and you're playing somebody for a 3rd time, you each know what the other one's going to do. There's a whole lot of familiarity between the 2 teams, and it really just comes down to who executes better on that night, who does the things that they do well better on that night, if that makes sense. And I don't think, in my opinion, I don't think there's any real edge one way or another as far as some kind of psychological component on who won the regular season games. I think each game is its own night. I don't believe that East should have any more motivation than we should have because we beat them twice, because it's the playoffs. It's win or go home. If you're not motivated to play tonight, you probably shouldn't be playing. So that's just my opinion on it. I think it will. I think it's going to be a great battle between 2 pretty good teams, and if we're fortunate enough to make it through, and Heights does as well, then it'll be another good battle.
The opportunity to play at home against what could be potentially a bigger crowd than we've had all year, because KSHSAA has relaxed the rules a little bit on fan attendance, and now each school is allowed to bring 350 spectators to the contest. So we could have 700 people in the building, which is far and above more than we've had in any game this year. Does that bode well for Northwest since we're the host?
Well, I hope so. I'm really excited for our kids that they're going to get an opportunity tonight to play in front of what should hopefully feel like a real crowd, and play in front of some of their friends. We're going to try and get some students in there to the game, and just have a little bit of an atmosphere, because the way this year has gone and the success that we've had, it would have been a bummer to have not had this opportunity at our home gym for these kids to be able to play in front of some fans. So I'm really happy that KSHSAA has allowed this, and that our school board and our administrators are making this happen tonight, and it should be a fun opportunity for all the kids.
And if we are fortunate enough to get past East being the number 3 seed, and Heights being the number 1 seed, if they get past number 4 seed West, we would then play at Heights on Friday night, because Heights is the higher seed. Is that correct?
Yes, sir, that's correct.
So we're going to root for West High tonight because I want another home game. And, of course, you can't look past tonight before Friday night. You got to look at what's going to happen tonight, and East is going to be a formidable opponent.
Oh, they definitely will. Both games have been close games. I think they may have both ended up at 8 points or 6 points, somewhere around there. So we know that we have our work cut out for us. It's going to be a competitive game and probably come down to the last 2 or 3 minutes of the fourth quarter.
How's the injury situation?
We're healthy right now, so everybody's feeling good and ready to go, I think.
And they've got to be pumped. It's playoff time.
Yeah, they are. There's a lot of excitement. You can kind of feel it. When that calendar turns over to March and you're still playing basketball, that's always a good thing. So,
best of luck to you tonight against East High, and I am going to hope against hope that we're sitting here 3 days from now talking about Friday night's game.
Sounds good, Kevin. Thank you.
Head coach Andy Hill on our pregame show. Stay tuned after this quick timeout for more of our pregame extravaganza. This is playoff time here at Northwest. Stay with us. You're watching NWHSGrizz.com, and this is Grizzly Basketball. Credit Union of America is a proud sponsor of Grizzly Basketball on the Internet. Credit unions are different from banks. Credit unions are non-for-profit, and their net income after expenses is returned to the members in the form of dividends and/or new financial services. A for-profit bank has its income returned to a small group of stockholders. Headquartered in Wichita, Kansas, Credit Union of America was officially chartered on March 6, 1935 as the Wichita City Teachers Credit Union. In 1974, the name changed to Credit Union of America to reflect a membership that is now open to members across the country. The staff of Credit Union of America stands ready to serve you with all of your financial needs. Check them out at cuofamerica.com or call 265-3272 to speak to a friendly representative. Are you considering a remodeling job at home? Do either your kitchen, bathroom, or den need a new countertop? Consider Keystone Solid Surfaces. They are the premier fabricator and installer of quartz and granite products. Make your kitchen a showplace with a granite countertop or food preparation island. Your master bath can be a place of pride with a quartz countertop and sink basin. Keystone Solid Surfaces offers the highest quality quartz available through Cambria. Granite surfaces are available through MS International, and both are available in a wide variety of patterns and colors. Check out Keystone Solid Surfaces yourself at their website, KeystoneSolidSurfaces.com, or give them a call at 778-1566. Keystone Solid Surfaces is a proud sponsor of Grizzly Basketball on the World Wide Web. And we continue, joined now by the Northwest High Activities Director, Lance Deckinger. And Mr. Deckinger, this has been a long time coming. We've looked forward to having you on all year, and you're so busy at games, we can just never get you on.
Well, I keep running around, and you get all these great guests on, so I figured you have all those on, and I'll make it up when I can.
Congratulations on being named as a host site for Substate here for basketball. I know that's a great honor to be able to do that, and you always put on a good show for everybody.
Well, it's the team that did the work on that one, so as long as we keep winning, it helped out to get us this first round, and we'll see how the second round goes of if Heights wins or if we get to host another one.
The seating arrangement for tonight, because you have the opportunity to have 350 from each school, if I'm not mistaken. That would be more than we've had in any game this year. Are you going to open up both sides for spectators tonight?
We're only going to open up the one side, so we're pulling the bleachers out at the top that we've had over the regular season, and then the lower bleachers, which gives us about 1,500, a little under that for the 700, because we have to stay under 50% capacity. And honestly, in the last year, we went back to look, and the largest crowds we've had over the last year was about 800 fans.
So keeping it all on one side is no big deal?
I don't think so. I think it'll be good, one game, and hopefully we're able to get the 700 fans.
And the mask requirements are still on, as well as the distancing requirements?
Correct. So we still have to wear masks, social distance. Sad to say we can't have any student sections, So everybody's got to social distance throughout the game.
Switching just real quick to spring sports, right around the corner. Soccer is having their first meeting. Other sports are having their first meetings. What can we look for this spring?
Well, hopefully it's a busy spring, unlike last year. Spring sports started yesterday, and we had a good turnout. Obviously not as big as we'd like since kids are still on remote, some of them, but at least we're allowing our spring sports athletes to come back to school if they're enrolled face-to-face. And hopefully they got great weather coming up and get to have spring sports the whole year this year.
I know of course, I'm involved with the soccer program more than the other sports, and I know everybody there is excited as well, and looking forward to all of the kids doing a great job this year and showing Northwest well.
Yes, again, we had great numbers turn out yesterday for the most part for kids being remote, and coaches are doing everything we've asked them to do to keep kids safe, and looking forward to a great spring.
Do you have to do anything special with COVID for outdoor sports?
Not anything more than we've keeping the mask going and trying to social distance, but outdoors helps out quite a bit since we're supposedly things don't spread as much outdoors, and we have more kids coming out for track and all the other sports, soccer, and hopefully just keep everybody healthy around here.
You're going to be a busy young man here this spring going to all those contests and trying to cover them all.
A whole lot better than last year. We didn't have anything to do.
Best of luck to you and to all of the teams in the spring sports, and of course, best of luck to the basketball team tonight. Let's get a W, and who knows, we might just be here again Friday.
That'd be great to be here Friday, and we'll see how it goes tonight.
Thanks for the visit. We sure appreciate it. Activities Director Lance Deckinger, our guest here. Stay with us after this quick timeout. We'll be back with the starting lineups, play-by-play of tonight's playoff contest against the East High Blue Aces. You're watching NWHSGrizz.com, and this is Grizzly Basketball.
Hey, man, you got up for football?
Band class still needs you, man. Kansas students have choices to do or not to do. The Kansas State High School Activities Association urges everyone to participate because when activities stop, nobody wins.
Grizzlies basketball on the internet is brought to you in part by Andrew's Cleaning Service. Owned and operated by Andrew Dillon, they offer residential cleaning, apartment cleaning, commercial cleaning services, deep cleaning, construction and remodel cleanup, carpet cleaning, and much more. Whether it be a one-time cleanup job or regular service scheduled weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly, Andrew's Cleaning Service is ready to take care of your cleaning needs. Andrew's Cleaning Service serves the greater Wichita metro area, including Derby, Hayesville, Mays, Goddard, and Valley Center. Check them out on the web at wichitacleaningservice.com or give Andrew a call for an estimate at 712-3883. We thank Andrew's Cleaning Service for their support of Grizzly basketball on the web.
Welcome back to Northwest High. We're getting set for the start of our first playoff game of the season. Your 13-7 Northwest Grizzlies taking on the East High Blue Aces, who come into tonight's contest with a regular season record of 11-9. My name is Kevin Arkin. Glad to be with you. We've got a full crew tonight. We're going to give you the best webcast of the season right here in the playoffs. Our executive producer tonight, as always, is Mr. Shane Monroe. Our student producers tonight, Anna Ibarra-Arvalo, Matthew Ladke, Antoine Wooten, Leo Larson, and Renessa Cooper are your student producers here this evening. This webcast is a student-based webcast, and it's produced by Shane Monroe's audio-visual classes students. As such, tonight's webcast is indeed an extension of the classroom here at Northwest. We are not NBC, nor do we claim as such. As part of the proceedings, you may hear from time to time Mr. Monroe or myself providing instruction to the students. We will do our best to avoid distracting you, the viewer, from the game on the court, and we appreciate your understanding. Grizzlies have come out for their final warm-ups. They are in their white home jerseys with blue numerals and gold trim. East High will be in their powder blue solid uniforms, shirts and shorts with darker numerals. I think they're dark blue numerals for East High. We're going to give you the starting lineups here before they're actually introduced. We'll start with East High. Scheduled to start tonight, number 2, Chandler Pearson. He's a 6-foot senior guard. Number 3 is A.J. King, a 5'10" senior guard. Dalen Jones, number 4, a 6'4" senior forward for the Blue Aces. Stephen Sweeney wears number 5. He's a 5'9" senior guard. And rounding out the starting 5 for the Blue Aces, Braxton White, a 6'3" senior forward. Their head coach is Clint Kinnaman. He's assisted by Cade Kinnaman and Robert Jones. Projected starters for your Grizzlies tonight. We'll start out with number 3, Jeremiah Moore, a 5'10" junior guard. Number 5, David Duncan is a 6'3" senior guard. Todrick McGee is at forward. He wears number 11. He's 6'1". He's a senior. Braden Verbeck, a 6-foot senior guard, wears number 24 for the Grizzlies. Rounding out the starting projected 5, Ethan Yandel, number 31, a 6'3" senior forward for the Grizzlies. Grizzlies are coached by Andy Hill. He's assisted by Jim Murnaugh, Kylan Hawkins, and Gavin Darr.
Ladies and gentlemen, activity programs at Northwest High School are primarily for student participants. The purpose of this activity is to provide
PA announcer has begun the pregame announcements. We've got a great crowd on hand. They changed the rules on attendance for tonight's game, did KSHSAA. Instead of 2 vouchers per player, it's now 350 people per school allowed to be in the building tonight, and we've got a good crowd on hand. Arguably the biggest crowd of any we've had in this building this season, and we're glad to have them here. We want to welcome you wherever you are on the World Wide Web watching this, whether you're in our building or at home, whether you're part of the Northwest community, students, faculty, parents, alumni, or just friends of the school. We're glad to have you on board. And we also want to send out a special welcome to anyone from the East High community watching the game tonight on the World Wide Web. We're glad to have you in our webcast and hope you enjoy the presentation as we bring it to you here this evening. I will make one correction, and that is when I was describing the East High uniforms, I looked down and they had all gone into the locker room, and I honestly forgot what color their numerals were. They're not dark, they're white. They have powder blue uniforms with white numerals and white trim. We'll see whether we have a national anthem tonight. They've had some technical problems with the playing of the anthem the last couple of games. Hopefully they've got those worked out. And now they're waiting for the clock to wind down. 15 seconds to go here before they hit the reset point.
ladies and gentlemen, in honor of our country, those that
And now the national anthem.
please rise and move past the playing of our national anthem.
And that's the national anthem here at Northwest High. Getting set for the introductions of the players. We'll also reintroduce them to you as they come out. Give them a quick curtain call, starting with number 2 for East High, Chandler Pearson, the 6-foot senior guard. Number 3, A.J. King, a 5'10" senior guard. Number 4, Dalen Jones, the 6'4" senior forward. Stephen Sweeney, number 5, a 5'9" senior guard. And number 25, Braxton White, 6'3" senior forward. Those are the 5 on the floor for the Blue Aces as we start tonight's contest. Starting for your Grizzlies, no surprises here, Jeremiah Moore, number 3, a 5'10" junior guard. David Duncan, the 6'3" senior guard, makes his way onto the floor. Number 11, Todrick McGee, the 6'1" senior forward. Number 24, 6-foot senior guard, Braden Verbeck. And number 31, Ethan Yandel, the 6'3" senior forward. Again, the Grizzlies are coached by Andy Hill. Head coach for East High is Clint Kinnaman. And we're about ready to get this kick started. And before we do, we want to quickly thank all those sponsors we've had throughout the year who've supported our webcast, and that would be Andrews Cleaning Service, Keystone Solid Services, Credit Union of America, and Floodman Family Law. We thank all of them for their support of Grizzly basketball on the World Wide Web. East High will inbound to start the game, and we are underway here at Northwest. With the ball is White, passing it off right away to Pearson over on the far side. Back up the middle now to Jones. Jones decides to dish it inside to Sweeney, back out to Jones. Man-to-man defense for the Grizzlies here on the opening possession. With the ball, A.J. King, he puts it up, it's short, and is rebounded by the Grizzlies. Here comes Jeremiah Moore down the floor with it. Gets around 3 players, dishes it off, count the basket by Ethan Yandel to start the game, and a great pass by Jeremiah Moore. 2-0 Grizzlies. Here comes Jones, dishing it off to White. White puts up a 12-footer, in and out, no good. Rebound by Todrick McGee. Loose ball on the floor, and now they settle it down, and David Duncan brings it forward. Jeremiah Moore puts up a 3, in and out, no good. Rebounded by Jones for East, and here come the Blue Aces back for East High, and we're going to have a quick foul here called on David Duncan, I believe. First foul of the game for either team. That'll be a common foul. East will take it out of bounds on the near side right in front of the Grizzly bench. King with it now for East High. Looking for some help. Not getting it yet. Dribbles it himself, drives it, scoops it, and scores. And we're tied at 2. Moore brings it down for Northwest. Gives it to David Duncan. Duncan to McGee. McGee, a long 3. Good! Todrick McGee, a 3, and we lead 5-2. King bringing it back for East High. Takes it coast to coast. And he's got all 4 of the East High points. Moore over to Verbeck. Verbeck back to Duncan. Over on the near side to McGee. Under the basket. Yandel sends it back out to Verbeck. Top of the key. McGee for 3 again, is short this time. And the ball's going to go out of play and turn over to the Blue Aces. East High subs the player as Elijah Tresvant comes in for the Blue Aces, replacing Chandler Pearson. And back underway. 5:45 to go, first quarter. 5-4 Grizzlies. First playoff game of the season. Winner goes on to play the winner of the Heights West game which is being played as we speak over at Heights High. And there's a turnover by East on a bad pass, and we'll get it back. And Joseph Ginoel comes in for East High. Should West High win, the winner of this game will host on Friday. And if Heights wins, they will host the winner of this game on Friday. Moore puts it up short, no good. Rebounded there by Tresvant, and here comes East High back with it. White over on the near side to Sweeney. And around the perimeter they go. A.J. King with it. Almost taken away there by McGee. White, loose ball, taken away. Here's a chance for David Duncan, lays it in. David Duncan gives the Grizzlies a 7-4 lead. Excellent defense by the Northwest Grizzlies that time. King with it, puts up a three, and it's good. King has all 7 of the East High points. And we're tied at that number. McGee, and what are they going to call? Blocking foul on East. It's on Ginoel. That's his first, team's first. That'll be a common foul. East Northwest will inbound from underneath the basket. There's a long one. Duncan couldn't find the handle on it. And Sweeney comes away with it for East High. And now they're working around the perimeter as Grizzlies fall into a 2-3 zone. Jones back to Sweeney and around to White. A.J. King now. Tresvant for three, in and out, no good. Rebounded by White. Underneath to Jones and an easy lay-in on the offensive rebound, and the Grizzlies trail for the first time 9-7. And the Grizzlies about to substitute most of the team here. Verbeck underneath the basket. Now Verbeck for three. Good! Braden Verbeck gets a three, and the Grizzlies take the lead. Tresvant puts one off the heel, no good. Rebounded by McGee. Todrick brings it up to Verbeck in the corner. He runs along the baseline with it. Yandel for three. Off the rim, no good. Rebounded by White for East. 3 minutes, 5 seconds to go. First quarter. Grizzlies lead 10-9. Grizzlies have beaten East twice, but that third victory is oh so difficult. This is a good team. Jones for three, rims out, no good. McGee gets the rebound. Here comes Jeremiah Moore, sending one to Braden Verbeck. Duncan sends one across, and McGee misses everything. Great save by Duncan. Gets it to Jeremiah Moore. Duncan for three. Good! David Duncan has 5 points, and the Grizzlies lead by 4. King against Moore. King lost the handle, but Tresvant got it. He puts it up, it misses, and now a loose ball on the floor, and we have a foul called. We'll see who that's on. It's on McGee. That's his first, team's second. Now the big change for the Grizzlies coming in. DeMarcus Hoover, number 1. Carson Arndt, number 2. Kevin Brown, 25, came in. Tayshawn Williams, number 13. And staying in the game is Todrick McGee. That ball will stay with East High, and that's the 5 on the floor for your Grizzlies. 2:06 remaining, first quarter, 13-9, Grizzlies lead. Into the paint it goes. Jones puts it up, and it rolls in. Jones has 4 points. Grizzlies lead by 2. That one tried to get it into Brown, and Brown was double teamed. There was no way he was going to get to it. And here comes East High back with it. A.J. King brings it across the timeline for the Blue Aces. And he puts up a 15-footer off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Janole, and back out to Jones. They'll do it all over again. That one's intercepted by DeMarcus Hoover, and he couldn't hang on. It goes out of bounds, and it will stay with East High, unfortunately. Trayvon Manuel comes in, number 0 for the Blue Aces, replacing A.J. King. Also coming in for East High is Peter Kaufman, number 15, and he replaces Janole. Manuel takes the inbound pass. 1:25 to go, first quarter. Jones with it. Over here on the near side to Kaufman. Kaufman sends it wide to Dunmore, who put up a 3 that missed. He's still with the ball. Now a loose ball on the floor, and they're going to call a jump ball on this one, and that will go to Northwest on the alternating possession. Duncan comes back in. Todrick McGee has a seat. So we have Duncan, Williams, Carson Arndt, Hoover, and Brown on the floor for your Grizzlies. And a turnover that time. Traveling call that will go over to the Blue Aces. Less than a minute to go here in what has been an exciting first quarter. Couple of substitutions coming in for East High here. Dunmore will inbound, and now we still have another whistle. Something going on over here on the near side. Now they're back at it. With the ball, Sweeney. Sweeney dishes it up to Dunmore. Dunmore's double team, sends it across the way to King. King puts up a 3, it goes off the front, no good. Rebound by Jones, and he puts it in. Jones has 6 points, 13 all tie. And Dunmore comes down with a rebound after the missed shot. Here's a chance for A.J. King. It goes up, no good. A foul is called, and King is going to go to the line and shoot a pair. Carson Arndt guilty of the infraction. That's the 3rd team foul on Northwest. Only 1 on the Blue Aces so far in the contest. King is at the line shooting a pair. First one is good. He gives East High the lead. He'll have a chance to make it a 2-point cushion. Makes them both. King has 9 points in the first quarter. 24 to go in the quarter. Williams brings it across the timeline, and it looks like the Grizzlies are going to go for 1. Man-to-man defense being played by East. Far side, Carson Arndt for 3 is missing everything, and that one batted out of bounds off of East High by Kevin Brown. Nice play by Brown. The Grizzlies have 4 seconds to put it up. Underneath to Duncan and misses. And a rebound to East, and he's trying to make the big hero basket was Sweeney, and he came up short. And that's the way the first quarter will end. So at the end of 1, East High 15, Grizzlies 13. We'll be back with the second quarter in just a moment.
Are you
WHSGrizz.com, and this is Grizzly basketball.
considering a remodeling job at home? Do either your kitchen, bathroom, or den need a new countertop? Consider Keystone Solid Surfaces. They are the premier fabricator and installer of quartz and granite products. Make your kitchen a showplace with a granite countertop or food preparation island.
Your master bath can be a place of pride with a quartz countertop and sink basin. Keystone Solid Services offers the highest quality quartz available through Cambria. Granite services are available through MS International, and both are available in a wide variety of patterns and colors. Check out Keystone Solid Surfaces yourself at their website, KeystoneSolidServices.com, or give them a call at 778-1566. Keystone Solid Surfaces is a proud sponsor of Grizzly basketball on the World Wide Web. East High inbounds to start the second quarter, leading 15-13 over the Grizzlies. That one goes out of bounds off of Braden Verbeck. We'll give you the lineup for the Grizzlies here as we start the second quarter. Besides Verbeck, who we just mentioned, Todrick McGee, number 11, Ethan Yandel, number 31, David Duncan, number 5, and Jeremiah Moore, number 3, and that's the 5 on the floor for your Grizzlies as we start the second quarter. Yandel just got called for a foul, his first, fourth team foul on the Grizzlies. And now we're back underway. A.J. King with it for East High. Loose ball underneath is taken away by McGee, and now a whistle. And a charge called to A.J. King, player control foul. The Grizzlies had the ball anyway, so it really didn't matter. Here comes Jeremiah Moore over the timeline, giving it to Duncan. Duncan into the paint, off the glass, can't get it to go. Rebounded by East. Jones with it. Comes across the timeline. Jeremiah Moore providing pressure. Putting it up and missing is White. And a rebound to Jeremiah Moore. He gets around one defender and sends it over to Verbeck for 3. Off the rim, no good. Rebounded by White. Here comes East High back. A.J. King across the timeline. 7 minutes to go till halftime. No scoring yet in this quarter. Sweeney with it, sends it out to White. White over to A.J. King. King puts up a long 3 off the heel, no good. Rebounded by Braden Verbeck. Here come the Grizzlies. Todrick McGee tried to go up and lost the handle on it. It goes out of bounds. Carried out by Jones from East High, and it will have an inbound play for the Grizzlies with 6:39 to go. Yandel sends it over to Duncan. Duncan top of the key. Over here to McGee on the near side. McGee double teamed against him. Puts it up off the glass and he traveled. It'll turn it over to East High. 6:31 to go till halftime. 15-13, Grizzlies trail. Still no scoring in the second quarter. East High brings it down the floor. A.J. King taking charge of that aspect of it, and he almost threw it out of bounds. Nice play by Pearson to save it. King with it again. He's going to pull it back out now. He drives past Verbeck and lost the handle out of bounds. It'll turn over to Northwest. Grizzlies with a chance to tie, and now I think we're going to have a timeout taken by East High, and we are. 6:07 to go in the second. Grizzlies trail 15-13. You're watching NWHSGrizz.com, and this is Grizzly basketball. Grizzlies basketball on the internet is brought to you in part by Andrews Cleaning Service. Owned and operated by Andrew Dillon, they offer residential cleaning, apartment cleaning, commercial cleaning services, deep cleaning, construction and remodel cleanup, carpet cleaning, and much more. Whether it be a one-time cleanup job or regular service scheduled weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly, Andrews Cleaning Service is ready to take care of your cleaning needs. Andrews Cleaning Service serves the greater Wichita metro area, including Derby, Hayesville, Mays, Goddard. Coming out of the timeout, Grizzlies with it. Jeremiah Moore brings it across the timeline, uncontested. 2-3 zone set up by East High. Now they switch to a man-to-man. Verbeck underneath, sends it out to Duncan. Up for 3. Good! David Duncan gets his second 3 of the night, and the Grizzlies take the lead. First points of quarter number 2. Tresvant puts it up and count the basket by Tresvant. That was a nice move on his part. That's his first bucket of the night. And the Grizzlies down by 1. Yandel puts one up short. Tresvant gets the rebound, gives it to A.J. King, and here comes East High back down the floor with it. Tresvant back out to King, over to Sweeney now on the near side. King has more in front of him, and he pulls it out, giving a chance for his players to get set where he wants them. Now he spin move by King. He puts it up off the glass, in and out, no good. That's a break for the Grizzlies and a rebound by Verbeck. Here comes Duncan with it. Duncan, far side to Todrick McGee. Count it for 3. Todrick McGee. And the Grizzlies lead by a pair. 4:39 to go till halftime. We want you to stay with us at halftime. We're going to talk a little spring sports here. Austin Clifton, the head coach of the soccer team, girls soccer team, will be with us. Rebound off the miss by Jeremiah Moore. Count the basket, come on. Moore count the basket. His first of the night. He'll go to the line and shoot 1. The foul is being charged to Stephen Sweeney. That's his first and the team's third. Jeremiah Moore will go for 1, and he makes it. 22-17. Grizzlies lead by 5, their largest margin of the night. And that one is kicked away by Todrick McGee, and in the words of the crowd, you can't do that. So it will stay with East High. Dunmorse will put it in, bring it, or inbound it rather, for the Blue Aces, and sends it into King. Jones is on the floor, White and Manuel. That's the 5 on the floor for East. A.J. King off the glass, nice touch. It's his first bucket of the quarter. Here comes Jeremiah Moore bringing it back down the floor. Across the way, Carson Arndt to McGee. And back to Jeremiah. Moore drives, then pulls it back out, leaving it across the way now. A long one for Carson Arndt. Good! A bomb by Carson Arndt. That's his first bucket of the night, and the Grizzlies lead by 6. Inside, 3:20 to go till halftime. Oh, what I thought was a great defensive play is going to be called a foul on Jeremiah Moore, unfortunately. That's his first, team's 5th foul. Jones will go to the line and shoot a pair. Unfortunate. First one is off the heel and somehow finds its way in. And the second one is also good. He makes them both. 25-21, Grizzlies lead. Jeremiah Moore with the ball. 3-2 zone now by East High. Moore thought about a 3 and pulled it back. Sends it over to Carson Arndt. Arndt back to Moore. Moore a long 3. In and out. It didn't go. In and out, no good. Rebounded by East High. Dunmore's for 3. His is off the heel, no good, and rebounded by McGee. Here comes Todrick down the floor with it, and his pocket got picked by A.J. King. So a lot of end-to-end action here, and I think that's going to be a blocking foul on Carson. It is. That's his second foul. DeMarcus Hoover, number 1, and Tayshawn Williams, number 13, come in for the Grizzlies, replacing Jeremiah Moore and Todrick McGee. So on the floor with them is David Duncan, Ethan Yandel, and Tayshawn Williams. That's the 5 on the floor for your Grizzlies with 2:22 to go in the first half. That ball out of bounds. It will go to Northwest. Kevin Brown comes in for Yandel. Grizzlies will inbound. It comes into Williams. Uncontested across the timeline. David Duncan over here to Hoover. Another long 3. Good! He is on fire from that range. 7-point lead for the Grizzlies. Oh, a near steal by Hoover. Dunmore puts it up. That is a 2. Kevin Brown off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Jones. 28-23, 90 seconds to go till halftime. A.J. King puts it into the corner where Manuel was waiting for it. He gets it back out to King, and he's going to pull it out. They're going to run a play here of some kind. Beg your pardon. King lost it. Manuel got it, though. Over to Jones now, who's taken the top point. And Dunmore with it. Across the way to King. Less than a minute to go now, second quarter. King started to drive, had 2 people in front of him, gives it to Jones. A long 3 off the heel, rebounded by Brown. That's a miss by Tresvant, and here comes Northwest back with it. We'll see how they decide to play it. Williams with it with 40 seconds to go. 3-2 zone again employed by East High, and they may be content to go for 1 here unless they can get somebody open. Carson Arndt on the move now, switches sides, as does David Duncan. 24 seconds to go. 28-23 Grizzlies. Carson Arndt back to Tayshawn Williams, to Arndt, into the corner for Hoover, back to Arndt. Williams, he's thinking about a 3, now he puts it down and drives it, puts it up, misses everything. Brown, come on, it doesn't go, and that will do it for the first half of this contest. A great second quarter by your Grizzlies to take a 5-point lead into halftime, 28-23. You're watching NWHSGrizz.com, and this is Grizzly Basketball.
Grizzlies basketball on the internet is brought to you in part by Andrew's Cleaning Service. Owned and operated by Andrew Dillon, they offer residential cleaning, apartment cleaning, commercial cleaning services, deep cleaning, construction and remodel cleanup, carpet cleaning, and much more. Whether it be a one-time cleanup job or regular service scheduled weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly, Andrew's Cleaning Service is ready to take care of your cleaning needs. Andrew's Cleaning Service serves the greater Wichita metro area, including Derby, Hayesville, Mays, Goddard, and Valley Center. Check them out on the web at wichitacleaningservice.com or give Andrew a call for an estimate at 712-3883. We thank Andrew's Cleaning Service for their support of Grizzly basketball on the web.
Back at Northwest High, Kevin Arkin, Shane Monroe, Matthew Latsky, Anna Ibarra Arvalo, Antoine Wooten, Leo Larson, and Raynessa Cooper, your crew tonight, bringing you the sights and sounds of what has been a great first half of basketball here at Wichita Northwest. We're going to go ahead and give you the halftime totals here as we have them, and we'll start with the East High squad. Henry Dunmore had 2 points in the contest. 2 points in the contest. A.J. King has 11. 9 of those were in the first quarter. Dalen Jones has 8. 6 of those were in the first quarter. And Elijah Tresvant has 2 on 1 basket here in the second quarter, and that's their points. Grizzlies, Carson Arndt has 2 3-pointers in the second quarter for his 6 points. Jeremiah Moore with 3. David Duncan with 8, including 2 3-pointers. Todrick McGee with 2 3-pointers for 6. Braden Verbeck with a 3-pointer, and Ethan Yandel with a 2-pointer. In fact, Ethan had the first basket of the contest and has not scored 6 in it since, and it's 28-23 Grizzlies here at halftime. Our halftime guest has not arrived. We're assuming he is in the building. He did say he was going to be here tonight, and that would be Mr. Clifton. So I don't see him in the crowd either. So we'll see. He'll either make it or he won't. Tell you about this Substate bracket a little bit, because we didn't get much of a chance to do that before the game. There are 5 teams in this bracket. Besides Northwest, Heights is in here, Wichita West, Wichita East, of course, and Wichita North. Now, North and West had a play-in game that they played on Saturday, and West won that game over North by a score of 60-46, earning them the right to play at Heights tonight against the number 1 seeded Heights Falcons. Heights and Northwest have the same record, 13-7, but the Heights Falcons were given the number 1 seed by virtue of their season record against us, which was, of course, 2-0. The Grizzlies lost both of their games against Heights. So those 2 teams are playing tonight, and of course we're playing here against East. Both teams will play Friday night. If Heights wins, they will play the winner of this game at Heights. If West wins, they will play the winner of this game on this game's winner's home court. So it's possible that either one of the teams here could have a home game Friday night if West High is victorious against the Heights Falcons. We want to remind you that your ticket to an athletic event at Northwest High is a privilege, and it's a privilege to watch students learning on the playing court. A privilege to see them compete to be their very best. Unruly behavior is unacceptable in the classroom, and this sports arena is a classroom here at Northwest. Good sportsmanship is a lesson to be learned by all players and spectators. Remember, sportsmanship provides the human touch. Kansas State High School Activities Association and Northwest High School encourages you to make sportsmanship a primary concern as you support your Grizzlies. We're going to go ahead and take one more break here before we come back with the second half. Grizzlies lead 28-23 here at halftime. We'll be back in 60 seconds. You're watching NWHSGrizz.com, and this is Grizzly Basketball. Proud sponsor of Grizzly Basketball on the internet. Credit unions are different from banks. Credit unions are non-for-profit, and their net income after expenses is returned to the members in the form of dividends and or new financial services. A for-profit bank has its income returned to a small group of stockholders. Headquartered in Wichita, Kansas, Credit Union of America was officially chartered on March 6, 1935 as the Wichita City Teachers Credit Union. In 1974, the name changed to Credit Union of America to reflect a membership that is now open to members across the country. The staff of Credit Union of America stands ready to serve you with all of your financial needs. Check them out at cuofamerica.com or call 265-3272 to speak to a friendly representative. Are you considering a remodeling job at home? Do either your kitchen, bathroom, or den need a new countertop? Consider Keystone Solid Services. They are the premier fabricator and installer of quartz and granite products. Make your kitchen a showplace with a granite countertop or food preparation island. Your master bath can be a place of pride with a quartz countertop and sink basin. Keystone Solid Services offers the highest quality quartz available through Cambria. Granite services are available through MS International, and both are available in a wide variety of patterns and colors. Check out Keystone Solid Surfaces yourself at their website, KeystoneSolidSurfaces.com, or give them a call at 778-1566. Keystone Solid Surfaces is a proud sponsor of Grizzly basketball on the World Wide Web. Back at Northwest, where the Grizzlies lead the Blue Aces 28-23 at halftime. We're going to declare a 2-minute bologna break. This is your chance to go to the fridge and fix a bologna sandwich and get something to drink, come back and enjoy the second half of this contest. We'll be back in 2 minutes. Stay with us. Getting set for the second half now. Grizzlies and the Blue Aces. Winner goes on to play the winner of Heights and West on Friday night. The loser will call it a year. And just to let you know about in the event that the Grizzlies do prevail, and so does Heights, Heights will have the broadcast on Friday night and not us, but we will have the link on nwhsgrizz.com to their webcast, and they do a fine job over there. And of course, if we win and we host, we'll be right back here Friday night. Grizzlies will inbound to start the third quarter on the alternating possession. Grizzlies have not called a timeout in this contest, and East has only taken one, so there's a lot of timeouts to be had, and that's one of the reasons why the game has moved so far along. On the floor for your Grizzlies, Jeremiah Moore with the ball, David Duncan, number 5, 31 is Ethan Yandel, and Todrick McGee, number 11, and Braden Verbeck, number 24, and that's the 5 on the floor for your Grizzlies as we start the second half. Grizzlies playing from right to left now in the second half of this contest. Verbeck with it, drives into the paint, spins around, gives it to Moore. Moore puts it up, shot blocked, taken away now by Jones. Jones will bring it down, and he puts it up, no good. Rebounded by David Duncan. Duncan to Yandel, to McGee, across the way to Verbeck. And now out to Jeremiah Moore, where they'll reset everything. Just underway, third quarter. McGee for 3, off the rim, no good, rebounded by Sweeney. Here comes East High back with it. And this one goes out of bounds, and I think that's going to stay with East. It is. It went off of Braden's leg. (28-23). Grizzlies lead here in the third quarter. No scoring yet in this quarter. A.J. King to White, over to Jones, back to King. Back to Jones. To King. And they're just looking for some opening. They're not getting one. And now we have a foul called. I think it's on McGee. It is. Todrick McGee called for his second personal. That's the first team foul of the second half here on the Grizzlies. Jones counted. Jones has 10 points and breaks the ice here in the third quarter. Jeremiah Moore brings it up. Yandel on the far side and a foul called. That's going to be on Chandler, I think. Nope. Yes, it is on Pearson. That's what I meant to say was Pearson. I really did mean that. I had the first name as the last name in my head for some reason. Burback for three. Get in there. It doesn't go. Rebound. Put back by Yandel. And the Grizzlies lead by 5. King's shot is short. Rebounded by Yandel. He gives it to Jeremiah Moore. Moore across the timeline. Into the corner. Back out to Verbeck. Braden drives the paint, now dishes it out to Moore. A long three is going to be short. Rebounded by Duncan. Yandel for three is short. And this one is rebounded by Sweeney, and here comes East High back with it now. 5:45 to go, third quarter. A.J. King will pull this out. And a putback by Jones. And it's a 3-point lead for Northwest. Here comes Braden Verbeck, giving it to McGee. McGee spin move, puts it up on a off-balance shot and scores. Todrick McGee scores, he's got 8. King finds Sweeney up top of the key. He puts it up short. Off the heel, it goes out of bounds, and that should belong to, they're going to give it to Northwest, saying it was punched out. And it probably was. We didn't have much of an angle on it from up here. DeMarcus Hoover in the game will inbound for Northwest to Jeremiah Moore, and waiting at the other end is Braden Verbeck, Ethan Yandel, and Todrick McGee, and that's the 5 on the floor here with less than 5 to go in the third. Jeremiah Moore off the heel, no good. Rebounded by Janole of East High. Here's Tresvant with it. Dunmorse. Back to Janole. And he forgot to take the ball up. It's taken away by Northwest. And DeMarcus Hoover overled Braden Verbeck, and it went out of bounds. Carson Arndt comes in for Northwest, replacing Verbeck. 32-27. Grizzlies lead, 4:25 to go, third quarter. Possession arrow pointing at East High. Tresvant puts it up. It does not go. It goes out of bounds and will stay with East High. Sweeney will inbound for the Aces. Comes out to Jones. Jones to Sweeney. Sweeney off the heel, no good. Rebounded by McGee. Here comes Jeremiah Moore across the timeline with it. Sends it across to Yandel. He tried in a spin move to get it to Arndt, but it was intercepted by Dunmorse. And here comes East High back with it. Jones puts it up, no good. Rebounded by McGee. McGee hit to Hoover, he lost it. Sweeney puts it up, and he was fouled on the way up, I believe, by Hoover. Ooh, it's on McGee, excuse me. That's Todrick's third foul. He'll probably come out now. That's unfortunate. First one by Sweeney is no good. Here comes the big sweep. Coming in, David Duncan, Kevin Brown, Tayshawn Williams for Northwest, joining DeMarcus Hoover and Carson Arndt. That's your 5 on the floor. Sweeney's second shot is no good. He missed them both. Hoover gets the rebound. Hoover to Duncan. He lost the ball, and here comes an uncontested. Oh, he couldn't control it. Janol had an uncontested layup, and he couldn't find the handle on the ball and booted it out of bounds. We've got a timeout on the floor. Let's take it with them. 32-27, Grizzlies lead. You're watching NWHSGrizz.com, and this is Grizzly basketball.
Are you considering a remodeling job at home? Do either your kitchen, bathroom, or den need a new countertop? Consider Keystone Solid Services. They are the premier fabricator and installer of quartz and granite products. Make your kitchen a showplace with a granite countertop or food preparation island. Your master bath can be a place of pride with a quartz countertop and sink basin. Keystone Solid Services offers the highest quality quartz available through Cambria. Granite services are available through Emmett.
Back at Northwest, Grizzlies inbound the ball, bringing it across the timeline as Williams faked it to Hoover, kept it himself, has Dunmore all over him. Puts it up, it doesn't go, rebounded by White for East High. And here comes East High down the floor. Oh, and taken away by Williams. And Williams is just hammered, and they're calling him for a travel. They didn't call the foul, but they called a travel. And the fans, the Northwest fans, are not too happy with it, especially the 100 refs or so that are in the audience, but it will stay with East High. 3:11 to go, third quarter, 32-27, Grizzlies on top. A.J. King with the ball to Dunmore for 3. It's good. Dunmore gets a 3. He's got 5 points all in this quarter. That one went right through the wickets of Kevin Brown and turns over to East High as it goes out of play. 32-30. Grizzlies are only up by a pair now. 2:56 to go in the third. Two evenly matched teams here at Northwest. Here comes David Duncan bringing it across the timeline, and he goes up. Does he count? Does it count? They gave him the basket. So Duncan will go to the line and shoot one. The foul is charged to Henry Dunmore. That's his first. Each team now with 2 team fouls here in quarter number 3. Duncan's free throw is good. 35-30, Grizzlies back up by 5. They've led by as many as 7. Jones with it. Almost intercepted by David Duncan. Nice play there by David. Dunmore drives it, pushes it underneath, and an easy lay-in for Sweeney off a nice pass from Dunmore, and believe it or not, that's Sweeney's first bucket of the night. Tayshawn Williams to Kevin Brown, and count it. Nice pass. And here comes Dunmore with it over across the way to A.J. King. Back to Dunmore. Back to King. Some heavy pressure being put on by the Grizzlies right here. And there's a takeaway by Williams. Tayshawn Williams brings it all the way down the floor himself to Duncan, who drives, tried to dish it into Brown in the paint. And we have a blocking foul going to be charged to Williams. And I will say that Tayshawn got his money's worth on that play. .141 to go in the third. Grizzlies up by 5. They have not trailed in this quarter. Across the way, Jones now driving the basket, dishes it off. Tresvant puts it up. It misses. Rebounded there by Brown. He dishes it off to Williams, and here come the Grizzlies back. He almost walked with it. I don't know what that was all about, but then all of a sudden the crowd went bonkers over there. Into the corner it goes. Three-pointer is blocked. Rebound is put up and in by Larry Graham. That's his first bucket. Williams brings it across the timeline and gives it to Verbeck. Less than a minute to go now in the third quarter. And the Grizzlies may play for one. 2-3 zone set up by East High. 31 to go in the quarter. Verbeck back to Williams, 20 seconds to go. Obviously playing for one shot. And Williams tried to feed it to Duncan and couldn't do it. And now here's one to Sweeney, and he boots it out of bounds. 5 seconds to go in the quarter, and it will be Grizzly basketball. East High puts all the big men back in as Sweeney comes back in, and so does, White comes in, and so does King. Replacing Dunmorse and Graham. Carson Arndt will inbound to David Duncan. Duncan across the timeline to Arndt, a long three, off the glass, no good, and that's the way the quarter ends. And at the end of 3 quarters, the Grizzlies lead 37-34 over the East High Blue Aces. You're watching NWHSGrizz.com.
Grizzlies basketball on the internet is brought to you in part by Andrews Cleaning Service. Owned and operated by Andrew Dillon, they offer residential cleaning, apartment cleaning, commercial cleaning services, deep cleaning, construction and remodel cleanup, carpet cleaning, and much more. Whether it be a one-time cleanup job or regular service scheduled weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly, Andrews Cleaning Service is ready to take care of your cleaning needs. Andrews Cleaning Service serves the greater Wichita metro area, including Derby, Hayesville, Mays, Goddard, and Valley Center. Check them out on the web at wichitacleaningservice.com or give Andrew a call for an estimate at 712-3883. We thank Andrews Cleaning Service for their support of Grizzly basketball on the web.
Back at Northwest High, Grizzlies come into the fourth quarter leading 37-34. East High will inbound to start the quarter on the alternating possession. Another exciting third quarter. Grizzlies were actually outscored in that quarter by 2 points. But they maintain a 3-point lead starting the fourth. East High with the ball. Tresvant over here on the near side. King. Sweeney puts it up from the free throw line. It rims out, no good. Braden Verbeck, nice attempt at the save, but he did step down out of bounds before he could get rid of the ball. It will stay with East High. Underneath. Jones misses, and the putback is good, and a foul. Now we have a whistle away from they waved the foul off. I'm not exactly sure what happened there. They gave Yandel a foul, but then they waved off any kind of an after shot or anything. So it's 37-36, 7:20 to go in the fourth. We're back to McGee. McGee splits the defenders. He's fouled on the way in, and it'll be a common foul. That'll be the fourth on East High. and they're going to charge that foul to Sweeney. That's his second. David Duncan, excuse me. To Yandel. Yandel to Verbeck. Verbeck, a long three. Off the glass, missed everything. Rebounded by Jeremiah Moore. Duncan with it. In the paint. Count it for Yandel. We could use more of those. 39-36. Grizzlies. Here's a loose ball taken away by David Duncan. He puts it up and in. David Duncan has 13. And now a timeout is being taken, I believe, by East High. We'll go ahead and take the timeout with them. 6:46 remaining, 41-36 Grizzlies. You're watching NWHSGrizz.com, and this is Grizzly Basketball.
Credit Union of America is a proud sponsor of Grizzly Basketball on the Internet. Credit unions are different from banks. Credit unions are non-for-profit, and their net income after expenses is returned to the members in the form of dividends and/or new financial services. A for-profit bank has its income returned to a small group of stockholders. Headquartered in Wichita, Kansas, Credit Union of America was officially chartered on March 6, 1935 as the Wichita City Teachers Credit Union. In 1974, the name changed to Credit Union of America to reflect a membership that is now open to members across the country. The staff of Credit Union of America stands ready to serve you with all of your financial needs. Check them out at cuofamerica.com or call 265-3272 to speak to a friendly representative.
Back at Northwest High for the start of the fourth quarter. East High will inbound to start the quarter. No, that's not the start of the quarter. What am I thinking? After the timeout is what I'm trying to say. 6:40 to go in the fourth is what I wanted to say, and I didn't say it. Grizzlies have 4 timeouts remaining. East High has 3. King puts one up, and it's good from 12 feet. 41-38, Grizzlies lead. McGee off the glass, doesn't go. Rebounded by King. King brings it all the way down. Now there's a long three. Count it, and we're tied. Jones gets a long three, tying it at 41 with 6 minutes to go. McGee to Duncan. Duncan off the glass, good. And a foul. Sweeney picks up his third. His counterpart, David Duncan, goes to the line to shoot one and try and get a three-point play the old-fashioned way. It's up, and it's good. 16 points for David Duncan, including 5 in this quarter. And there's one that was kicked by McGee, and you can't do that. They'll keep it with East High. Each team with 14 fouls here. So there's some fouls to give yet. Oh, nice play by King. Good fake. Puts it up, no good. Rebounded by Pearson. Pearson sends it out to Jones. They'll do it all over again. Dunmore sends it across. Jones again for 3. Off the glass, no good. A loose ball on the floor. Who's it going to go to? On the alternating possession, it goes to Northwest. Oh no, they didn't call a tie-up. They call a foul? They did. They called a foul on McGee instead of a tie-up. Not good for us. So McGee will take a seat with 4 fouls. Brown goes in. Yandel is in. Arndt is in. Verbeck is in, and Moore is in. That's the 5 on the floor for your Grizzlies with 5 minutes remaining and a bit of change here in the fourth quarter. A.J. King into Pearson. Pearson double team, sends it back out to King. Now Pearson goes in. Good defense by Jeremiah Moore. Now White goes up, and he traveled with it. What a defensive play by Yandel to force that travel. Grizzlies will inbound. Jeremiah Moore is looking for help. All four guys went down, and we had nobody to throw it to. White comes out. Moore inbounds to Arndt, and they'll bring it across the timeline with 4:45 to go in the fourth, and the Grizzlies up by 3. Yandel over on the near side. Verbeck for 3. Good! Braden Verbeck hasn't scored since the first quarter, and boy, do we need that one. We have a timeout taken on the floor. Is he ready to go? We're going to take it with him. You're watching NWHSGrizz.com, and this is Grizzly basketball. Oh, we're not. Well, in that case, we're going to take a moment to thank, again, our sponsors this year. We'll start with Floodman Family Law. We thank you so much for your support of Grizzly basketball. Credit Union of America, always a proud sponsor of Grizzly Athletics. Keystone Solid Surfaces, and of course, Andrews Cleaning Service. 4:33 to go in the fourth. 6-point lead for the Grizzlies. East High with the ball. King will bring it across the timeline with Carson Arndt all over him. Brown comes up to help. King still has Carson Arndt all over him, and Arndt fouls him. Trying to poke the ball free, he got the arm instead, and that is Carson Arndt's third foul. And the 16th foul on the Grizzlies here in the second half, so East High will be shooting free throws from here out, and the Blue Aces still have 2 more fouls to give. King is trying to split the defenders, puts it up off the glass, no good. Gets his own rebound. You give him his own rebound, he's going to put it in, and he did. 47-43. Verbeck pulls it back out. Arndt for 3. Good! Carson Arndt gets his third three-pointer of the night, and the Grizzlies lead by 7. Their biggest lead of the game. Dunmores for East sends it over to Jones. Back out, pardon me, to King. And the ball was kicked. Subbing in for the Grizzlies, well, coming out is Moore and Yandel, and coming in is David Duncan and Kevin Brown. They will join Tayshawn Williams and Braden Verbeck and Carson Arndt. And there's a putback by Jones. .309 to go, 5-point lead for Northwest. Oh, and that one is nice defensive play by East, but it comes right back into the arms of the Grizzlies. Tayshawn Williams will look for something to develop. The Grizzlies can take their time. They have a 5-point lead. Verbeck in the paint sends it across to Arndt. Arndt back out to Duncan. Duncan to Williams. Williams has Dunmore on him, and Dunmore fouls him right in the chops. That's his second. That's only the 5th team foul, so they still have 2 to give. They have 1 more to give, excuse me. Pearson comes out for East High. Williams takes the inbound pass from David Duncan. Williams into the corner for Arndt. Carson back out here to Duncan. To Williams. Williams being contested there by White. Duncan takes it in and now comes back out to Williams at the top of the key. We'll do it all over again. He goes in and pulls it out, goes in and pulls it out, and gives it to Verbeck. 2 minutes to go in the fourth. Williams with it. And finally, a foul. Foul's called on White. That's his first, and that's the last foul to give. Everybody is shooting free throws for the rest of the contest. 1:57 to go in the fourth. Grizzlies lead 50-45. Taking it in the backcourt is Duncan. He comes across the timeline, gets around one man, gives it to Verbeck. Back to Duncan. And Duncan lost his footing and then lost the ball, and up for the lay-in, yes, it is good, is Janole. And believe it or not, that's his first basket of the game. Grizzlies lead by 3 with 90 seconds to go. On the near side, Verbeck has it. Grizzlies need to score some more points. 50 points is not enough. Just saying. McGee back out there with his 4 fouls. He's got to be careful. Duncan to McGee. McGee pulls it out. McGee now drives around one man and gives it to Duncan. Less than a minute to go. And there's a foul that's going to be called against Janole. That's his second foul. It will send the Grizzlies, should send the Grizzlies to the line to shoot a 1-and-1. And it will be Jeremiah Moore taking the free throw. A big first free throw here in the late going. 54 seconds in the fourth remaining. Grizzlies can make this a 2-possession game. He has to have the first one. He has the first one. Jeremiah Moore, who has not scored all half, gets his first point of the second half, and it's a big one. And he makes them both. Way to go, Jeremiah. And he will come out. So we have Arndt and Duncan, McGee, Williams, and Verbeck on the floor for your Grizzlies, and now a full timeout has been taken by someone, probably by East. We'll go ahead and take it with them. 53 to go. 52-47 Grizzlies lead. You're watching NWHSGrizz.com, and this is Grizzly basketball.
Are you considering a remodeling job at home? Do either your kitchen, bathroom, or den need a new countertop? Consider Keystone Solid Surfaces. They are the premier fabricator and installer of quartz and granite products. Make your kitchen a showplace with a granite countertop or food preparation island. Your master bath can be a place of pride with a quartz countertop and sink basin. Keystone Solid Surfaces offers the highest quality quartz available through Cambria. Granite surfaces are available through MS International, and both are available in a wide variety of patterns and colors. Check out Keystone Solid Surfaces yourself at their website, KeystoneSolidSurfaces.com, or give them a call at 778-1566. Keystone Solid Surfaces is a proud sponsor of Grizzly basketball on the World Wide Web.
53 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. The Grizzlies are up by 5 again. East High with the ball. Possession arrow pointing to Northwest. And the Grizzlies are in the bonus. Both teams are in the bonus the rest of the game. That's your game reset. East only has 1 timeout left. Grizzlies still have 4, should they elect to use any of them. Jones is fouled by Williams underneath the basket. He'll go to the line and shoot some free throws. Williams' second foul. Janole comes back in for East High, replacing White, and Jeremiah Moore comes back in for the Grizzlies to replace Tayshawn Williams. Jones will go to the line and shoot a 1-and-1. He makes the first one. He has 8 points in this quarter, 20 in the game to lead all scorers, I believe. He misses the second. It's rebounded by McGee to Moore on the far side. Jeremiah Moore. No. He's 24. Are you sure? Okay, Braden Verbeck has changed his jersey as David Duncan puts one up. He had me fooled. Foul, by the way, was on Jones. That's his first. Second free throw coming from David Duncan is no good. Rebounded by Jones. 53-48, 26 seconds to go. There's a long three, and it's good. And that'll give East High a chance to call their final timeout of the regulation. 22 seconds to go. We'll be back with more. You're watching NWHSGrizz.com, and this is Grizzly basketball.
Grizzlies basketball on the internet is brought to you in part by Andrews Cleaning Service. Owned and operated by Andrew Dillon, they offer residential cleaning, apartment cleaning, commercial cleaning services, deep cleaning, construction and remodel cleanup, carpet cleaning, and much more. Whether it be a one-time cleanup job or regular service scheduled weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly, Andrews Cleaning Service is ready to take care of your cleaning needs. Andrews Cleaning Service serves the greater Wichita metro area, including Derby, Hayesville, Mays, Goddard, and Valley Center. Check them out on the web at wichitacleaningservice.com or give Andrew a call for an estimate at 712-3883. We thank Andrew's Cleaning Service for their support of Grizzly basketball on the web.
Well, that was a little disorganized, and yes, it's a student production, but that was on yours truly. Kids are doing a great job tonight. We're glad to have them here. They are awesome. Grizzlies will inbound with 22 and a half to go. And we have a foul called already. It's going to send Todrick McGee to the line to shoot 1-and-1. It's on Jones. He had fouls to give personally. That's only his second. 53-51, Grizzlies lead. There's 20.8 on the clock. These are two big free throws. He makes the first one. He has 9 points in the game. Get yourself in double figures here, Todrick. Oh, he missed the second one. Jones gets the rebound. The three-point contest. Jones to King. King puts up a three, short of everything. And now we have double dribble called against East High. It's Grizzly ball with 8 seconds to go. Big inbound play. And that is a foul that'll send David Duncan to the line, and I can't think of anybody I'd rather have at the line right now than David Duncan. David Duncan has 17 points in the contest. I'd like him to have 19 here in about 30 seconds of normal time. The first free throw makes it a two-possession game with less than 8 seconds to go. Good. What a big basket by David Duncan. Now White comes in for East High. David will take his second one with a 4-point lead. How about a 5-point lead? 56-51, 5 seconds remaining. Jones puts up a long three. It's no good. Rebound to Jeremiah Moore, and that is it. Grizzlies advance in the playoffs to the winner of the West High at Wichita Heights game, which is being played as we speak, and we don't have any numbers on that game. Wow. We'll give you the quick recap here before we sign off for the night. For East High, Dunn Morse had 5 points, all in the second quarter. 11, 13, 15, 18 points for A.J. King. Jones had 12, 14, 16, 20 points to lead all scorers. I think I mentioned that earlier. Sweeney with a bucket, Tresvant with a bucket, Janoel with a bucket, and Graham with a bucket for East High. And now over to the Grizzlies. Carson Arndt, 9 points on 3 3-pointers. Jeremiah Moore, 5 points on the night. David Duncan with 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 19 points on the night for David Duncan to lead the Grizzlies. Todrick McGee had 9. Braden Verbeck with 6. Kevin Brown with a pair, and Ethan Yandel with 6 of his own. And again, the final score, 56-51. East High ends its season 11-10 on the year for the Blue Aces. The Grizzlies improved to 14-7 on the year, and they will take on the winner of the Heights and West game, which is being played at this very moment. And it's real simple. If West High wins, they play here. If Heights wins, we play at Heights. If we play here, we will be on the air at 6:30 on Friday night. Just find the link on nwhsgrizz.com. If we play at Heights, that game will be produced and streamed by the Heights crew, and their link will be on nwhsgrizz.com. We'll post it as soon as we get it from Heights High. This has been a great year, great season of basketball, and if indeed this is our final basketball webcast, thank you for watching. Thank you all for your support. Thank our sponsors, Andrews Cleaning Service, Keystone Solid Surfaces, Credit Union of America, Floodman Family Law, and for tonight's game in particular, special thanks to the help and contributions of the Kansas State High School Activities Association, who sanctioned this event for us. For our executive producer, Shane Monroe, and for our student producers, Anna Abero Arvalo and Matthew Ladkey and Antoine Wooten and Leo Larson and Rainessa Cooper, I'm Kevin Arkin saying Grizzlies win 56-51, and they're on to round 2 of Substate on Friday night. Until Friday night, everyone have a pleasant week ahead. Good night.